Okay, so good morning everyone. So for this video, we are going to review your musical notation that you had when you were in grade 7. So why do we need to review the musical notation? It is because you still have to notate on this subject in grade 9. You have to understand how music were created and how do we interpret music. So what do you mean by musical notation? So notation is a method of writing down music so that it can be performed vocally and instrumentally. It is a kind of code that allows other people to interpret music. These symbols tells us three basic things about the music: the duration, how long or how short is the sound, the pitch, how high or how low, and we have the expression, how the music is being played. So brace yourselves because we are going to start our discussion.
Okay, the words we say and the notes we sing have specific durations. Duration refers to how long tone and silence lasts. Some sound durations are short while others are long. Duration is determined by the kind of notes and rests used. Okay, let's go to the notes and rests and their values. Okay. We have here a whole note. We have half a note. We have quarter note. We have an eighth note. And we have the 16th note. So these notes are some of the common notes that we see on the musical score. So the same for the rests. This is for the, I forgot to write this one, 16th note. We have here a whole rest. Whole rest. We have a half rest. We have a quarter rest. We have an eighth rest. And we have 16th rest. Okay. For the whole note and whole rest, it has 4 counts or beats. For the half note, 2 counts or beats. For the quarter note and quarter rest, they have 1 count. 1 count or beat. For the 8th note and 8th rest, they have 1.5 count. For the 16th note and 16th rest, they have 1/4 count. So okay, notes have an existing relationship with one another. Okay, we will create an illustration among notes based on their values.
Okay, so for the specific counts and beat of the notes, it indicates how long or how short you're going to play them. For example, for the C, we'll use the C. The note that is placed on the C note or the Do note has a whole note, so we're going to play that one with the 4 counts. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Let's try sounding this one using a half note, which has only 2 counts. So, 1, 2. That's it. For the quarter note, 1 count. 1. And so on and so forth.
So we have here at the top, we have a whole note. Then under the whole note has half note. It's because it has 4 counts. So 2 for the half note, so 2 plus 2, they have 4. Then under the half note it has, quarter note. Quarter note. And for the quarter note, for each quarter note, they have eighth note. Then for each eighth note, they have also 16th notes. So they are ranked based on their values from the whole note as the origin. Okay, that's it for the notes. Let's go to the rest. So the rest of the notes have similar relationships, only that for the notes, this only played for the beats for every syllable. However, on the rests, this is intended for a temporarily pause or stop on the musical score or silence. So for the rests, we have a whole rest, and under the whole rest has half rests. Each half rest, they have quarter rest. Each quarter rest, it has 8 rests. Each 8th rest, it has 16 rests. Okay, so that is the relationship of the rests. Okay, the duration of notes may also be prolonged by using a dot, a tie, or a fermata. So, the first one we have dot. A dot, when placed after a note or a rest, it increases the duration of the note or rest by 1/2 of its original value. Example, we have here a half note. So the value of half note is 2 count. and it has a note. So it is already now a dotted half note. This is a dotted half note. So in expressing this one, we have this one plus this one. So what is now the value? Okay, the value of half note is 2 plus half of the value of half note. So we have 1. So it means that this note, dotted half note, has 3 counts all in all. Another example. We have a quarter or dotted quarter note. So dotted quarter note. So we have the value of the quarter note plus dot, so we have 1 plus half of 1, we have 1/2. So it means the value of this dotted quarter note is 1.5 count. Okay, let's go to the rest. Let's have an example for the rest. We have here a dotted half rest. So the value of this one, so we have a dotted half rest. So the value of the half rest, we have 2 plus this one, so 2 plus half of the value of the half rest, so we have 1. So it means that the value of this one is 3 counts or beat. Okay. It's not getting dirty. Another way of increasing the duration of a note is by using a tie. Okay. This is a curved line that joins 2 or more notes of the same pitch, and it indicates that the second note is not to be sounded, but its time value is added to the time value of the first note. For example, we have here a half note, and we have here a quarter note in here. So there is this curved line, we call this one as a tie. So it prolongs the sound of the half note. Another one is that we have a fermata. Okay, this is a fermata. When placed above or below the note, it indicates that the note is held longer than the indicated time value. So for example, we have here a quarter note, and there's a fermata above it. So normally we play this one as 1 count only. But based on this one, it could be arranged into a longer sound than its original count from 1. So it could be played for 4 counts or 2 counts instead of its original count. Okay. Determining the pitch or the highness or lowness of sound needs a clear understanding of the use of some basic tools in music. The first basic tool in music writing and reading is the staff. Okay. We have to delve into it so that we would be oriented on how do we create and how do we read a musical score. Okay. One of its basic tool is the staff. Okay, this is a staff. So a staff consists of five parallel lines. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is enclosed by bar lines at the sides. Okay, we call this one as bar lines. And if we are going to divide this one into two, we have measures. We call these two spaces here as measures. Measure, and this line, we call this one as bar line. Okay, what do the lines and spaces of the staff mean? So sa may gamit ani nila kini, in order to put more meaning to the staff, we need another kind of musical symbol called a clef. So we have another tool, clef. Okay, a clef is a musical symbol placed at the beginning of the line music to indicate the exact location of a particular note or pitch on the staff. There are several kinds of clefs used in notation. Here are two of the most common clef signs used in music writing and reading. So we will just only focus on the two clef in the music, which are usually and commonly indicated in a musical score. So we have here a treble clef, and we have here a G clef. Okay, the treble clef or G clef places G above middle C on the second line of the staff. So this line in here, this is for the G note. As for the F clef, the origin of this one is on this line. This is the F note. That is why this is called F clef. And this is what we call G clef. Okay, G clef, it is also popularly known as treble clef. And we have here F clef as bass clef. Okay, each line and space of the staff has a particular tone with its corresponding pitch name. Pitch names are letter names derived from the first 7 letters of the English alphabet. Pitch names also have their corresponding tone names or sofa syllables. Okay. We will draw two staff for two different clef. Okay, we have here a G clef. 3, 4, 5. We have a G clef. We have also here an F clef. 2, 3, 4, 5. Closed by a bar line. F clef. Okay. For the G clef, it has a different order or different arrangement of its notes. So for the first line, we have here an E in the alphabet, followed by F, and so on. So E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, E. Okay, and so on. For the F clef, we have here as our starting note. For the first line, we have G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Okay, what do these pitch names do in the music writing? Okay, so these pitch names has also corresponding sofa syllables. So we have here C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So these are the pitch names we have also their corresponding sofa syllables. Sofa syllables. So for the C, we have here do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. Okay, in so, for the so note, you're going to add L if you're going to sing it or recite it in an increasing way as the preparation for the la. As for this one, this is pronounced as C, but spelled as TI. Okay, when the treble clef and the bass clef are combined together by a bracket, a grand staff is formed. Okay, so if we are going to combine these two, we can create a grand staff. A grand staff is formed when you combine the G clef and F clef. Note that the middle C lies in between both staves. Okay, so we will create a grand staff with an illustration also of a keyboard or piano. Okay, so we have here the pitch name for the F clef. We have the sol, we have sol, la, si, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, re, mi, fa. Okay, so that is the structure of a grand staff. So usually this is incorporated in a piano accompaniment. Okay, pitches on the keyboard are also arranged by octaves. The word octave is derived from the Latin word octo, meaning 8. The interval from C to another C is called an octave because the distance covers 8 pitches or tones. So for example, okay, we have here the C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. No. Let's have C dira kutob kay C man ta nag-start. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So this is an octave. Means 8 notes. Okay? So the same with the F clef. F clef also has octaves. So we have here our C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have here C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So C to C and 8 notes. So that is an octave.
Okay, so let's try sounding the key of C, the notes of the key of C. So we have here the first C, which is the Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, and an increasing sound. So let's try sounding this one into decreasing sound. So let's have C. Do, Si, so that's it. Those are the notes that compose the key of C.
Okay, so reading music on the staff also involves recognizing other musical symbols that help change the tones of the notes to make them sound better. These musical symbols placed before the notes which alter or change the pitch of the notes are called accidentals. The following accidentals are used to raise or to lower the pitch of the notes. The first one, we have a sharp. Okay, sharp raises the note by a half step. It raises a note by half step. Okay, the second one, we have the flat. Flat lowers the note by a half step. Okay. The next one, we have the natural sign. So the natural sign. So this cancels the sharp or flat signs placed before the note. So if in case we have this one, for example, we have a sharp in here on the first measure, but on the second measure it changes into natural. So it means The note in here, which is F, from being a sharp, it becomes a natural F. Okay? The next one, we have the double sharp. The double sharp raises the pitch of the note by 2 semitones or a whole tone or pitch. Raises the pitch of the note by 2 semitones. Okay, we have also here the double flat. So it lowers the pitch by a 2 semitones in a pitch. Okay.
So this is let's try sounding the sharps, the flats, the double sharps and the double flats and the natural sign. So this is how it sound if the specific note has a sharp in it. So we have here the normal C. So it changes when it has a sharp on the note. So we have there the C. And this is now our C sharp, which is now a C sharp. Let's have the flat. So we have here D as our normal key. So this is our flat for the D. It becomes D flat. Okay, as for the natural sign, it doesn't changes, just the normal sound of it. So for example, C, normal C, and normal D. Okay, so for the double sharp and the double flat, there are changes. So for example, for the double sharp of a C, for example in the C, you have to move 2 semitones. So what do you mean by semitones? So when we say semitones, these are the individual key in the keyboard or the individual notes. So it becomes a whole tone when you are going to play 3 semitones or a family of 3 notes. So for example, as for the double sharp and the double flat, the rule changes. So we have, for example, here an E. Then we have to move semitones. So first semitone we have F, then F sharp. So that means the double sharp is on the F sharp. Okay, as for the double flat, still the same, but you're going to lower 2 semitones. So we have, for example, E. Then we have here first semitone and second semitone. So we have here the normal E and the normal D. So our double flat will be placed on the E flat. Okay. Okay, so that's it for today. So good luck on your activities.